Hey y'all, Elizabeth here, and tonight we've got something a little bit more different. I recently read an article on ways to make yourself appear and feel more confident. So I decided that this was something I wanted to talk about because one of my biggest passions is helping other people, especially women, find confidence within themselves. So that's what we're talking about tonight. We're not doing a makeup tutorial. I know, but those will be back tomorrow. Hopefully, right? All right, so I did write it down because otherwise I'm very much like ADD squirrel, gonna get distracted. So if you see me looking at my notes, that's why, so I don't get too off topic. If you would, please go ahead and hit that share button because confidence is contagious. So we want to spread this and get it into as many people's grasp as possible, okay? All right, so what is confidence? Well, the definition of confidence is a feeling of self-assurance from one's appreciation of one's own abilities or qualities. So basically believing in yourself. And whenever we go live, whenever we meet someone new, wherever we go on an interview, or whatever the case may be, you want to appear confident in yourself. So here's some easy tips to make yourself look more confident, which will also make you feel more confident, and make it till you make it is really a thing, okay? All right, so the first tip is to hold your chin up and your head up high, okay? Don't be like looking down at your hands or your feet if you're walking around. Like when you walk into a room, chin up, head up, because this is going to help people value the things that you say more because it looks like you believe what you're saying. So keep your chin up, keep your head up, and don't do a lot of this, and it makes yourself appear small, okay? Number 2, your movement should mirror what you say. Hey Angie, your movement should mirror what you say. So do small gestures. Don't do a lot of like playing with your hair or your earrings and your clothes and fidgeting. You want to be able to put emphasis in your words. Don't be like over here like words, hands moving. Don't do like that. You want to do just small gestures to emphasize the words, right? Hey Cassie. Tip number 3, when you're talking to multiple people or when you're on camera, you want to make sure you hold the gaze. So this was one of the hardest things for live videos for me, was not looking at myself and what I see, but looking here in the camera. When you are talking to someone in person, hold their gaze for a few seconds. Don't just be like, hey, and just stare at them the whole time you're talking, because you're going to come across as kind of creepy, maybe, and make somebody uncomfortable, right? Are you getting uncomfortable yet? I don't even think I've blinked. Look away, okay? Hold the gaze, few seconds, look away. Hold the gaze a few seconds, look away. We don't want to like bear into somebody's soul we just met, right? It also will show that you are more assertive, whether that's while you're talking or even while you're listening. If somebody's talking to you, meet their gaze so that they know that you are actively listening to what they have to say. Tip number 4, stand up straight, sit up straight, don't slouch, don't go like this. You want to appear like you got that air about you, that you care how you look, you care about your appearance. It makes you feel more engaged and makes you feel more confident, and of course it's going to make you look more confident as well. If you're sitting down, definitely sit up straight too, no slouching. I know I'm like the queen of slouch. Like at my desk at work, I'm just like but try to keep in mind, sit up straight, and it will make you look and feel more confident. Number 5, lean forward. Don't get like in their bubble, but slightly lean forward when somebody's talking to you or you're talking to them. It shows you're listening. It shows you're interested in what they have to say. Again, be subtle. Don't fall. Don't get in their personal bubble, but lean in to kind of draw them in. Number 6, mirror body language. So this is actually a fun thing to do, and a lot of times people don't notice that you're doing it. But if, say like somebody's sitting there and, I don't know, they have their hand like this. Okay, well, you do your hand like this. Okay, and maybe they're Maybe they've got a pen in their hand. You pick up your pen. What this does, by mirroring what their body does, if they're sitting down, like you're on a couch, they cross their leg, you cross your leg. It creates an instant bond and a feeling of comfort. Certain gestures, of course, do influence emotions and how people feel about each other. And definitely, if somebody smiles, smile back, because smiling makes you feel happier, even if it's only for a second. A second long smile boosts your, like you can fake a smile, yes, but if you do a genuine smile, it starts to creep into your subconscious. You can't help it, okay? So that leads me to number 7. Smile when you talk. Nobody wants to see a grouchy Gus up there talking like this and blah, 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 right? Smile. It makes you more approachable, makes you seem more friendly, definitely more pleasant. But don't just smile like this and talk like this and just keep going, and every time you do your sign and it's like obviously fake and you do it like this, it's creepy. Don't be creepy. We want to be confident, not creepy, right? Number 8, dress appropriately for whatever the situation calls for. Okay, how you dress depicts the kind of story that you want to tell. If you're going for a job interview, don't show up in sweatpants. Okay, makes sense? Number 9, take up more space. So this is another body language thing. You want to kind of widen your stance. Again, shoulders back, head up, chin up. Keep your arms kind of more by your side instead of like folded like this, because it kind of like shrinks your presence. You want to stay more open. If you're standing up, kind of like stand with your feet kind of spread apart just a little bit. Again, don't be awkward and have your feet like way out here and you're just like standing up. Don't fold your arms. Don't look down. Don't keep your feet together. Kind of relax your knees. Don't be like stiff as a board, but just open up a little bit. Number 10, stand still. Don't be like rocking back and forth. Don't be shifting your weight side to side. You don't want to appear fidgety. Fidgeting is a clear indicator that you're nervous or that you're worried about what you're saying, which starts to put doubt into the other person. Same thing when you're sitting down. Like don't be like constantly shifting around and being shady, okay? Kind of just center yourself, right? This one is the hardest one, so don't beat yourself up about it, but just try to be aware that that's what you're doing and do less of it. Number 11, have a solid handshake. When you go and you greet somebody and you shake hands, you want it to be like a solid, firm one. You don't want to be like limp noodle. You also don't want to like have this death grip on their hand either. So have a solid handshake and that eye contact that we talked about. Number 12, this one was interesting to me. It's called steeple hands. So if you sit like this while you're talking and you put your the tips of your fingers together and you kind of make this steeple and you have it like right here at your chest, they called it a politician's gesture. But it's supposed to exude confidence and security in what you're saying to really get your point across. And then it's also said the reverse of that for when you're listening. So, I mean, this seems kind of awkward to me, but if you're like, But this one makes sense because it like puts emphasis, and then I noticed once I read this article, I started doing this more in my conversations, and it really did like boost my confidence. Number 13, keep your hands out of your pockets. If your hands are in your pockets, it kind of gives the illusion that you have something to hide, which hopefully you're not trying to hide anything. But it can prohibit people from taking your ideas seriously because they think you're acting shady. Don't be shady. Number 14, almost done. Refrain from using fillers. Okay, this one especially to me was so hard, and I probably slip up more than I realize. But don't use a filler like or like a lot in your sentences, because it diminishes what you're saying. Because like if I just did like this all the time and I was talking and I just said and then I said you know, I can't it doesn't it's not professional for sure, but it makes you definitely seem very nervous, not sure of what you have to say. So hey Caroline, if you can't think of the next thing to say, just pause for a second and kind of collect your thoughts and try not to go to like you know, And for me, it's crazy because when I say those joking, I see them start to slip into my conversation more than they normally do. So once you kind of weed them out, they kind of float away. So try not to use like, those kind of words. Just take a pause, okay? And the last one, number 15, self-talk. This one is probably the most important one, and this is the one that I kick myself for it, and I kick my teammates, and I kick all my friends, because if I see them doing it, I can't stand it. But don't talk negatively about yourself. Try not to have negative thoughts about yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Stay positive. Stay more relaxed. It's very hard to do, I know. But if you start practicing this in your everyday thinking, you will notice a huge, huge change and a boost in your confidence. Because believe it or not, we are our own worst enemies, and that's a shame, because we should be our biggest fans. If you're not your own biggest fan, that's where we need to start changing. So hopefully some of these tips will help you start making that change on the inside, so that what you hopefully feel starts to kind of be shown to the rest of the world as well. Can't wait to watch them start. Yeah, this is such an exciting topic for me, because this article is really, really cool. And there I go. See, now I'm saying because I've lost my train of thought. So that's what happens. I get squirrel syndrome. Squirrel. But those are the top 15 tips for looking and feeling more confident in your everyday life, and just do little by little, and you'll start to see the change. Again, don't beat yourself up. Don't be negative about it. If you catch yourself saying or like, gotta make a note, like, okay, I did it. I noticed. I caught it. I'm gonna work better not to do it again. If you're a fidgeter, work to maybe one trick that in high school, like when I had to do, here we go again. Presentations and stuff like that, somebody taught me to hold a paper clip. I don't have a paper clip here on my makeup table, but to hold a paper clip in my hand, and I could kind of fidget with that. Now they have those like fidget spinners. I don't know. I don't have one of those. They seem kind of big and bulky for this kind of use, but hold something in your hand, one of those smooth worry rocks or something like that, to give yourself something to do without fidgeting your whole body. Okay? All right. Like I said, if you found value in this, please hit that share button, because confidence is contagious. So the more we can spread this, the more lives we can change by boosting confidence. Your confidence, your friend's confidence, whoever it may be. That's my goal, is to help y'all and help myself be more confident, because confidence is beauty to me. And I think that if a woman feels confident, she's instantly got that glow about her. She's more beautiful. You want to add on a pretty face and makeup and all, that's just gonna skyrocket it even higher. But that's it for tonight. Confidence, top 15 tips. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know if you have any questions, comments. If you enjoyed this training, give me some feedback so I know if you want to see more stuff kind of like this, and I will keep an eye out. Hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. Yes, Monday night, and I will see you guys tomorrow for some makeup fun. Bye, guys.